welcome to Change Narrative. This is Kim.
What up, people? This is Lam. We here again, changing narrative.
That's what's up, man.
Yes, indeed.
How's your week been, man?
Up and down, like the whole year's been going. But hey, we got to keep marching forward. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. When we start seeing change back home, we can't throw in the towel now, right? We got to keep on pushing.
Look like some people got some batteries in their back. Finally, I saw some spine and some, vertebrae, some mammals back home, man. It's good to see democracy in progress.
That's
The people tend to, or are showing signs that they are kind of fed up with the situation. They tend to realize now that they actually have the power. Because they can shut the whole place down if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
Straight up. So there's I like to see the marches from the unions.
Yes, that happened earlier
in the week on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why we waited to see how it's going to play out. And what I like about it most, man, is to see that all the unions that came together and they trying to stay apolitical.
Right.
It's about just Belize and trying to get Belize back on the right track. So I want to give a shout out to all those people that, took the time out to, just show your, your political right, man. Just show your displeasure with how things have been going, and let these people know at the voting booth how you really feel.
That's what's up. So we're back for episode 16, and
straight up,
we're going to talk a little bit. Well, the last few weeks we've been hearing a lot about the campaign finance laws.
Right,
it
right.
seems to be just
it's
the rhetoric that
it's
everybody's talking about.
It's crazy because when I talked about it 3-4 weeks ago,
mm-hmm.
Some of the comments we were getting from our, Changing Narrative fans were like, "This is not even an issue. Why these people are even talking about this stuff?"
Yeah.
This is why we was talking about it.
And a lot of that happened because a lot of people didn't understand what was actually going on.
Man, let me tell you something. Episode 9 was about corruption.
Yes.
Episode 10 was about 10 ways
Belize
economy and show that Belize is a $10 billion economy. And then after that, we focus on the campaign finance laws and so forth.
Right.
But what I was trying to explain to the people that nothing cannot get done. I mean, absolutely nothing cannot get done if you are under a corrupt government.
That's right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
It stifles everything.
It stifles everything. No investments, no anything gets done. And what that does, that keeps the people at a needy state. You know what I mean? So we become a needy this society. You know what I mean? There's no real skill that is distributed around. You're not even able to show your skill because there's not enough competition around, which is what is needed for the type of economy that we're running, in order for the cream to come to the top.
Right.
You know what I mean? So once you have politicians are the movers and shakers for everything, this is, this is the result. So.
Right. But corruption and taking care of it with the campaign finance laws and all that, it needs to be a starting point. It's not the end of the road. And that's what we want to talk about.
That was my whole point
today.
from the start. My point is this is where we need to start.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's so ironic, though. You know what I find it so ironic? That you see politicians all of a sudden has the grace of God has embraced campaign finance law. Mm-hmm. Even your boy.
Who's my boy?
John Saltiba. Hey, man, the man. You know what's so funny about that guy, man? He came out. I saw the man on a talk show. Shout out to the interviewers that had him on there.
Yeah, it was last week, Thursday or Friday.
It was like my hair. I had no hair to pull out, but I want to pull out my hair. It's like,
the arrogance of this man is unbelievable. That's all I can say.
Hey, man, it's on 10, bro. Guess what he said?
Maybe it's a thing in the UDP party, man. They're spraying that cologne.
It's just politicians, man. They that's why, like I said, I need to find. You need to go ask this. What's the name for that cologne?
Yeah, he got the cologne from
the arrogance. Yeah, man, house cologne, man. The arrogance. You know what I'm saying? You know what he said? You know what he said?
What he said?
The man said, first of all, he's for campaign finance, but there's a big but. You cannot disclose who's giving him money, because if one of the people found out that this business owner is giving him money, it's gonna be bad. Man, that's all nonsense. That's, you know what I mean? And the second thing that makes me fill out the chat was when he said, "Oh, by the way, I did nothing wrong."
Right.
I did nothing wrong.
What he's doing there is he's putting
projecting.
Yeah,
that's what we call projecting.
Yeah, and he's trying to put wrong and illegal in they're one and the same.
That's exactly so. Right? Wrong and illegal is not synonymous.
No, they're not.
You know what I'm saying?
Ethically, you were way off.
First of all, you did not break a law because you had the power to make the law, and you did not want to break the law. I mean, create the law.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't want to police yourself. So hell yeah, you did not break the law because you had the power, and you and your cronies had the power to do it. And you did not want to do it. But by the way, let me tell you what you did wrong. First of all, you exposed yourself to blackmail.
To what? Oh, blackmail.
Blackmail.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Dude got in the jam. They blackmailed him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And what that did for him and for Belize, it makes us now, when we're traveling with a Belize passport, if you have a Belize passport, to get more scrutinized. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you put a black eye on the country. So now the entire world knows that Belize is a very corrupted country. Yeah. So it's easy to bypass whatever laws and right ways to do things and just deal with these crooked politicians.
Yeah.
So that's what you're doing wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The second thing that you did wrong was when you said, because you know he's a master liar too. The interviewer asked him, did you ever bring that $50,000 into the country? His response was, I only bring in what I'm legally able to bring in. Like, we believe that. This is the man. This is the man, right? This is the man that said he did nothing wrong, but lied to his prime minister, lied to his party, and got on national TV and lied to the nation.
That's right. And
now you want me to sit here and give you the benefit of the doubt that you actually only bring in the set amount that's needed by law, when you and I know that these politicians coming into the country don't even get their bag checked.
Right.
Period.
Well, he was the one who was looking for that money.
That's
he was practically begging for that money. Like, I need it.
He instigated on it. Yeah,
I need it. So now you're going to go there, get it, and not bring it?
Yeah, come on, man. Like, we ain't stupid, man. But again, that flagrance arrogance is heavy. It was heavy that day. Heavy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, are you serious, bro? You know what I'm saying? And the third thing that I feel like he did not disclose, how did that money got dispersed?
We'll never know.
Did some of that money got used for personal use?
Who knows?
How the money got dispersed? So you can't say you didn't do nothing wrong.
Yeah.
And the people don't even have an account of how that money got dispersed. You can't say, well, it's for campaign finance, but there's no recollection of how the money got accounting.
Right.
To attribute to that we could confirm that this is some form of campaign finance.
Right.
For all I know, you could have built a house with that.
Who knows?
You know what I mean? It was just like, these guys are comical, man. They're comical to the 10th degree. And it's like, I don't really think people understand that they're playing people for the fool, and people are sick of it, man.
And they're all doing it. I mean, both parties.
So
we saw the PUP had their rally. Was it a rally? What was it?
Demonstration. They came out after the unions, and they went in and did their thing. They claiming that
they 10,000 strong.
And that was super comical. That was comical when I saw the guy today talking about, he got paid $15. They promised him $50. He only got 15. He was waiting on the other 35.
Are you surprised?
No, I'm not. You know what I mean? But he got a bear and a tamales out of the whole shebang. You know what I mean? So my thing is to the PUP, because all of a sudden now the blue shirts, I hate calling their name, blue shirts. All of a sudden now they're more holding them down, and they act as if they're going to start on a clean slate. We supposed to omit and forget 2008, from 2000 to 2008. We supposed to just omit that ever happened. All that.
That's water under the bridge.
That water under the bridge. That's it. All right. So since you guys are starting on a clean slate, do me a favor. First of all, disclose to us where that money came from to finance all those people that got down there for that little demonstration you had.
There were buses of them.
Because he was busting the people with blue shirts all over. And like my man said, he got a little tamales and a beer.
And dropping 50 here and there.
And dropping 50 here and there.
See, well, that's a problem. Accepting these $50 here and there.
So please disclose, since you are now embracing the anti-corruption, you are now the force behind the anti-corruption movement. Start off with you being ethical and disclose to the Belizean people where this money came from. You know what I mean? Since you embrace campaign finance laws, start with yourself and disclose where this money is coming from.
I hear that.
You understand what I'm saying?
We'll wait for that.
We'll wait on it. We're gonna wait on it until you can seriously do that for me, man. I just think, man, this is what we call here the race to the bottom.
The race to the bottom.
This is the race to the bottom, where you have two very poor choices for the Belizean people. And now you as a voter now got to choose between these two clowns. You know what I'm saying? You got to choose between these two. And it's like, again, I'm for a third party. I wish the people will consider a third party. Mm-hmm. And I was able to see them on the
one of the morning
talk shows as well.
Last week as well.
And some of the things that were said were they have well intentions and so forth. And they were talking about streamlining a lot of stuff. But I think the people they want to see more concrete stuff. You know what I mean? They need the bread and butter, the meat. You know what I mean? I think people are just sick and tired of hearing politicians wishing and hollering, but nothing real concrete or a plan of how to get stuff actually done.
Right. So November more than likely is election time. People
I don't know.
Are going to be sometime this
year. It's a parliamentary system, so they could call it whenever.
Sometime this year, people will be going to the polls, right?
Correct.
And one of the things we want to make sure, or we have our input in, is to give people something to actually vote for.
Correct.
Rather than just voting for who's less corrupt, because I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you, but they're all the same.
Man, that's
right?
That's all we say.
So rather than just that, people need to be voting on substance.
Right.
Right? Maybe if we help them out and give them some things that we should be expecting.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
Or political parties,
yeah, because
from rulers or whatever.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because you see what's going on now. Everybody now is anti-corruption, campaign finance.
But you shouldn't just vote on that.
Like they should. That should be top of the priority, but that should not dominate our needs, because our needs go way deeper than that. And again, the people need to emphasize the things that they actually need.
Right.
Not only for themselves, but for the future of Belize and for the other Belizeans. Because at the end of the day, we got to get away from the division. And this is what these politicians want to, want us to be divided in this time, and we're not on that. You know what I'm saying? So we came out with 10 things that I think Belize need right now. Mm-hmm. That I think these guys, if whoever's in power, whoever gets the nod to lead the country again in the next 4 or 5 years, they will have the ability to do these things right now.
Right.
If they choose to do it.
Right. But at the very least, it's what our people should demand
right.
from our leaders.
That is correct.
Right?
That's absolutely correct. So, again, I want to start with 10 things. One of the first things I think Belizean people should demand right now from both political parties is we need, at this time, 10 additional dialysis and diabetes centers. We personally know a lot of Belizeans who are sick in this regards, where they cannot afford the dialysis, or they have diabetes and they're just sitting at home dying slowly, and they're not getting the proper treatment. If we have more dialysis centers throughout the country, where we don't have to go all the way from Belize City to Stand Creek just to go to a dialysis center, if we have more within Belize City, couple in Orange Walk, couple in Corozal,
just spread them out.
Just spread them out, so people have the accessibility to to be safe, man.
Absolutely.
If we can get that done right now, that's not a lot of money. And what that would do also for the Belizean people, it would create more jobs, more high paying jobs, and it's a win-win for the society.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Okay.
The second thing I think they need to focus on is to build a cancer center. You see, a lot of us focus on the gang violence and the violence amongst the youth as the dominant force of how people are being
killing
people.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, man, it's the diabetes and cancer that's killing a lot of our people, and a lot of our people don't have the resource or the money to actually jump on a plane to come to America to get service,
right? Or go to
Merida,
wherever they go. Right?
So I am begging, like, please, Belizean, demand that the government finally put in a cancer center within the country. Just start with one.
Yeah, get serious about healthcare.
Just serious about your healthcare. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The third thing that I think is very instrumental to the growth of Belize and the future of our kids is for them to have a technology university, an IT university, sort of like IT tech.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We got to get away from these. Again, this education system that they're pushing down there, it's the door to nowhere. I'm telling you.
It's a bridge to nowhere.
Yeah, it's a bridge to nowhere, man. Because
it's obsolete, man.
It's obsolete.
You know, what we're doing is just training people on how to work for other people.
We're not even doing, and the jobs that you're training for is not, robots are doing those jobs.
They're not going to be along for much longer.
They're not going to be there, and they're not paying based on the cost of living.
Right.
So people are taking up major loans to get these degrees. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And they're getting these degrees and they're not paying them back in return.
Yeah.
The return is not there.
That's right.
And as you and I know, a bachelor's degree is not enough no more.
No.
You know what I mean? You need
especially a general one.
General one. Yeah.
Basic.
If you're going to get a bachelor's degree, it has to be a professional degree.
Yeah.
Like engineering or, doctor or nursing or something that's going to make you a professional. If you just get one of them generic degrees, I'm sorry. You're making it hard on yourself. It's going to be tough for you in the near future.
Yeah, technology is here now. I mean, we're talking about it's the future, but it's here now, and we're not prepared at all at home.
So why we haven't have a technology university? Why we only still have a couple of universities or just liberal arts universities in Belize?
I don't know, but it's definitely in the whole realm of technology. We need to step our game up.
Yeah,
not only in the schools, but just the technology that the country has. And I know that's on the list, so I won't jump ahead. But that's a step. I mean, you start training our people on how to.
That's to me. Instead of giving people $50 or $10, give them a skill.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Give them an opportunity.
That's right.
You understand? Because this $50, $20 stuff it's not going to be enough, man. Right. You're keeping our people poor.
And we have to demand more.
Yeah.
If we just accept the 50, then that's what we're going to get.
Because it's all we know.
Yeah.
That's why we call them leaders. We need them to lead. You know what I'm saying? Because the dynamics of how you set up is they're the movers and shakers.
They should be.
They shouldn't be, but that's what it is.
They're moving and shaking for themselves.
For themselves and their homies, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But anyways, man, we move on to the fourth thing. The fourth thing is we desperately need highway patrol.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, we've been saying this from jump.
Please,
this is crazy.
I don't know. Listen, man. Please set aside a budget to have a highway patrol that's patrolling all the major highways within Belize. If you gotta set up tolls on the highway, to pay for these guys or raise taxes on people with, who have major land. If you got more than 5 or 10 acres of land, you tax those people more just to pay for a highway patrol, man.
Yeah, it's needed, man.
A lot of our people have died.
Yeah,
over needless accidents, man.
I grew up in Sand Hill, which is 20 miles on the northern.
Right.
Now Philip Golson International.
Right.
And I have personally seen at least 4 dead bodies. People die in front of me.
When I was there,
right on that highway.
When I was there at your house, I see 4 myself.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's countless. It's just it's just like an open road.
Not only that, just the drive from Belize City to where you stay at nighttime. It's tough. There's a lot of nights I almost didn't make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's true.
And this is something that I think that, people say was law enforcement, blah, blah, blah. But listen, man, it's something that can save your life.
Yeah.
And it's something that will streamline to make things better for everybody within the country, man.
And we can do more with lighting on the roads too, man.
Oh yeah,
there's zero lighting and that's another reason why there's so much accidents.
That's
as
true.
well. It's
that's
just
true.
So
People
dark.
are walking a bunch of dark clothes in the night. You can't see.
I mean, and we're 20 miles out the city. For example, where I live, I mean, it's not that far.
Right.
For there to be no lights, like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the fifth thing that I got is we also need about 20,000 BDF soldiers, man. And we need those right now.
How much we got now?
About 1,000.
1,000?
Like 1,000.
I was giving us 8,001.
We got like 1,000, man.
Oh my goodness.
And it's like, listen, man, we are a sovereign nation. We got to learn how to protect ourselves as a sovereign nation. We can't be relying on none of these countries to come save us, man. Ain't nobody going to come save us. You know what I mean? We have, again, Guatemala on our backside doing their best to try to take as much as they can from us, man.
Yeah.
We need to be able to protect ourselves, man. So I am begging the people of Belize. This should be a demand. Make sure they're ramping up to have at least 20,000, at least 20K. I wanted 30, but we will sell for 20K soldiers. You got a bunch of these guys on the streets who need jobs.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything. This is also a job creator right here, and it's something that's going to protect the sovereignty of Belize.
That's right. With that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, how you feel about that?
Oh, definite. I can't believe I'm in shock. I didn't even know we only have about 1,000 BDF soldiers.
Man, they still moving like we back in 1980.
In a real crisis, we are defenseless.
We are.
What are we going to depend on? The army camp or something? Hopefully the British will. Come on. Now.
They rely on the British, man. You know what I mean? And again, the British, they have their own issues right now. We can't be relying on these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, we need some protection.
Yeah, and if the sixth thing that we have on here, man, is I noticed that they got some type of relief in this area.
Okay.
It's a radar system. You know what I mean? But we need that to be implemented now. Not only that we need a radar system, but we need to have a bigger and a better airport. That airport is also too small. And as you notice lately, you fly into Belize, the lines are ridiculous going and coming out. You know what I mean?
We can't have a country who's banking on tourism as our
and we don't have the infrastructure that had.
Come on, man!
You know what I mean?
Better than that,
listen, man, we need. And in addition to that, man, we tired of these drug planes landing everywhere, man. We tired of y'all.
Free for all, man.
Y'all find out about these planes after they already unload.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a gimmick at this point. You know what I mean? Belize is a sovereign nation. There's no way we should have anybody flying over on our airspace or traveling in our water space. You know what I'm saying?
Without us knowing.
Without us knowing approval and stopping them from this to happen. So please, again, if you're voting Belize, please demand that they revamp, expand, or just build a new one airport, and make sure we have air traffic control with radars and so on and so forth to protect the national interests of Belize.
That's right.
You know what I mean? The seventh thing that I have might shock a lot of people and might seem like it's a lot of money to start out with, but it's also needed to move us into the 21st century.
Okay.
And that is, we need a railroad system. A rail system that will take us from Corozal all the way down to Toledo and connect us all together. I think it's about time we start relying on that and get pedestrians off buses. Buses and cars is high risk.
Right.
And it's not only that, to travel with gas prices being what it is, $8, $9, $10, $11, with the payments you're paying people, it's not adding up. You know what I'm saying?
Actually,
it's too much for people. You're not paying people enough to start with. You're taxing the hell out of people, but yet the people are not getting a bang for their buck.
Right.
So the least he can do is implement a railroad system from Corozal that connects all 6 districts together. And that will be a hell of a relief to the people of Belize. In addition to that, it will bring in more tourism, create more jobs, and people are paying into the system, so it will pay for itself over time.
Right. What it will do to it will get some of those old cars
off the highway.
Because we have a bunch of old cars and people keep bringing them in, but again, it's what they can afford because they need a car because there's no other alternative.
But that's what I'm saying. If we have a rail system, it'll eliminate all of that.
Right.
And it's good for the environment. Yeah, you get rid of, you know what I mean?
The CO2 that these old cars are putting out in the environment. That's
what I'm saying. This is all positive. And again, it will pay for itself over time. In 10 years, it will pay for itself.
Gotcha.
And after 10 years, it will start be a moneymaker for the country of Belize.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
For sure.
And it's a job creator too, you know what I'm saying? So again, this is something that I would encourage the voters of Belize to go out there and try to fight for. The second thing that I have is... the 8th thing, I'm losing my mind. But the 8th thing that I have is, again, please, we talked about this before, is implementing a credit system so we can have people from, from low-end areas have access to credit, man. We know a lot of people back home have their entrepreneurship. They're encouraged to want to create their own and just be independent and do their own thing. But the problem is they cannot find financing, and it's hard for them to finance because they don't have any credit or any kind of collateral to put up to get any money. Everything in Belize is based on collateral, and how can you get collateral when you don't have anything? You don't have a job.
It's hard for you to even get a start. You have great ideas, but you look around at, like, for instance, there's small businesses.
That's what I'm saying.
How many of them are actually Belizean?
That's what I'm saying. It's the same group of people making all the money, man.
The money.
You see what I'm saying? It's
coming
like it's stifling.
And
it's choking. It's choking the growth of Belize and the growth of the economy, man. So again, create a credit system that can validate these folks, man, and that will in return free up credit. And make sure these entrepreneurs in Belize have credit so they can fund whatever dreams and inspiration they have.
That's right.
So they can benefit their lives and their family and their community. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah. So, and the 9th thing that I have on here, man, is which is very vital. We have the ability to do this right now. Is to lay down fiber optics throughout the entire country of Belize.
Please.
You can imagine we have that right now. How many businesses will and big corporations would flock to Belize to want to do business.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We cannot be doing business in Belize on no 10 meg or 8 meg or 20 meg internet speed.
Right.
As it is right now, we're on 500 megs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For $80.
I was about to say that 10, 12 meg that they're giving Belize, the amount that you're paying for that.
People can afford it, man. And it's like, and the internet is the future. You know what I mean? We're now moving on to 5G. And 5G will blow everything out the water. I'm telling you right now. As a matter of fact, 5G, I don't even think you will have a need for cable internet anymore with 5G.
With 5G.
You know what I mean? Like regular TV will be obsolete with the coming of 5G. So again, please fight to get fiber optics laid throughout the entire country of Belize. Bring all these people, these low-end people online and have them be exposed to some of the things there's a lot to learn online. It can be used for good and for bad, you know what I mean? But it'll also connect you to the rest of the world, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So, and the last thing that I have that might sound simple for a lot of Belizeans, but I think this is very important. I think if you're 16 years and older, you should automatically get an identification card. If you're 18, you should automatically be registered to vote.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of missing person, a lot of kidnapping, a lot of crazy stuff has been happening lately back in Belize. And for some reason, we're having a hard time identifying these people. Mm-hmm. This is not a joke, man. I think every individual who are 16 or older should have some form of identification on them at all times.
The school should get involved in that.
You should have school IDs. That should be automatic.
Absolutely.
But beyond your school IDs, you should have a national ID.
Yeah, Belize ID.
A Belize ID.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That will connect you to everything, your address, your family members, and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This is a very important thing that I think people just overlook and don't think it's serious until one of their loved one is missing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So that's the thing that I have. What's your thoughts on it so far?
Man, I think all of those things are needed. I mean, it would be wise maybe for them to push for maybe what they consider a top 5.
Yeah.
For, since, election is around the corner or whatever.
Right.
But every single one of those, especially technology.
Yeah.
The technology with the fiber throughout the country and technology to get our youths or young people.
The opportunities. So they can fend for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, that is one of the things that I really wish that we focus on as Belizeans, getting advanced with technology. Because that is the future,
about time.
Man.
That's about time. And what they're doing, they stuck in the 20th century.
Yeah.
And the world is moving on, you know what I'm saying?
Can't afford to get left behind.
Yeah, that's what we're doing, you know what I mean? And, again, dude talking about he got $15. You know what I mean? That's the game they still want to play, you know what I'm saying?
Again, our vote has to be worth more than that. Until we, the people, realize that, we're going to get more of the same.
That's right. And again, right? It's clear it should be clear to you by now that if you are willing to organize and get a bunch of people together, you actually control and have the power to make change within Belize. So don't sit around and feel like, no, you don't have any power and no say. Right. You can, but just organize from the grassroots. And once you fight for the things that you think are very important, trust and believe the politicians have no choice but to listen. You know what I mean?
That's right. Now is as good a time as any to say what we always say, right? Be empowered.
That's right.
Right? You got the power to go there and make the changes. So be empowered. Change the narrative.
Change the narrative.
In doing so, we change the entire country and the trajectory that we're going.
And you save a lot, man. You know what I mean? There's a lot going on, and you know what I mean? Just it's time for you to think about your kids in the future, man. And
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
All right. Well, Lam, it's been fun as always.
Great. Always, man.
All right.
Always.
We want to definitely let everybody know. Go out there, man. Continue letting your voices be heard.
For sure.
We're hearing you here. People are hearing you, and the politicians will hear you too. When we demand more, we get more.
Get more.
All right.
And vote, man. I encourage every person to vote. Yep. I'm not telling you who to vote for or just what party, vote. But please don't get on Facebook or anywhere to show your displeasure. Actually get up, register, and go vote, man. That's the ultimate way you can show your displeasure to any one of these policies these politicians are perpetrating in Belize.
All right.
You know what I mean? So please go out there and vote. Get your young ones to vote, man. So that's it.
All right. Go out there, be empowered, change the narrative. This is Kim signing off. Episode 16 is a wrap.
Peace.
Peace.
All right.